Mike, you are a strong, empowered woman. You can do this.
I don't
Man.
think calling him a woman is helping.
He has a Cancer rising. Let all of that feminine energy out.
Hey, you want to shut the fuck up? We'll just do it live.
I'd be a bad bitch.
Shut the fuck up.
We're here. We're listening.
Shut the fuck up. And we're back in the B block of the Media Virus podcast. How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah.
I'm doing
fuck
great.
You and fuck you and fuck you laughing over there. Fucking staff writer Bill, the cocksucker. The fucking cocksucker says he's going to be here and do a film review. So I take time out of, I took a day off yesterday from my day job to celebrate my 25th wedding anniversary with my wife. You know, just spend the day together. I actually took time out of my day to do production work so that we could have Bill on film. Bill on film. And this cocksucker doesn't call, won't answer my text, won't answer my calls. He doesn't even have fucking voicemail I can yell at. So now I've got to yell at him on the stream. The prick's probably watching right now.
That I sincerely doubt. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's probably watching Pornhub and ignoring us. But
are you sure? I kind of feel like we're in the window underneath.
Like he's listening.
Yeah, like he's listening, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna finish, and I'm not even gonna call in then." Fucker.
Makes you wonder which one of us will be on the screen when he finishes. I just stopped talking, so it's not me.
I am now off screen, and I will be staying off screen.
All right.
Pornhub grubbing motherfucker.
How's this?
Fucking up my show.
Hang on.
Wait a minute. I don't want to be the only one with glasses on. No, I'm taking those off. All right, I feel a little bit better. I've yelled at Bill. Prick.
See, doesn't that help?
Well, yeah, but Bill coming on Maddie's face, that might help. That might help.
Ew. Maddie, that is not a good angle.
Sure it is.
No, it's not. You look like a turkey.
I need my grid view back. Gallery.
Oh,
there we go. All right. So since Bill screwed us, we're going to go right into more news. And what's my first more news story? Yes. Since we're already friends, lesbian sisters.
This one kills me. These two, they haven't only. Big Daddy, are you listening to this? Do you hear what's going on here? They have an OnlyFans, and they're lesbians, and they just recently found out that they're half sisters.
Stop.
They share a father.
Oh my God.
And apparently,
that is a very specific genre.
Well, they're really the only ones, But I mean, does it matter? Well, let's get into the story. And,
yes.
Bear with me just a second. I've got to get it back on screen.
We are not pro incest, Maddie.
But is it incest? It
is incest.
By definition, yes.
But you're not going to make a child. But you're not making a child. I mean, what's the difference?
It doesn't matter. What do you mean?
Still licking your sister's snatch.
Oh.
So my wife's in the background. Like, would you say that about two guys? Matt Groening, who the creator of The Simpsons, has a comic strip. It's called Life in Hell, and it's a story about two gay brothers that are in love with each other. It's a comic strip that he put out. Okay, it happens, but what's the difference? Like, you're not going to make it like, all right. So we've been watching Downton Abbey, okay, and in the beginning of Downton Abbey, this one dude, like the Lady Mary, has to marry this guy. Like, there's this love relationship.
Wait,
they're cousins.
Is that how you say downtown?
No, it's Downton Abbey. It's not downtown.
Downtown Abbey.
No, there's only one. There's Jesus.
Back
Christ.
up, Boston.
I thought that was your accent for some reason. I was like, that how you say downtown? Downton?
No.
Back up.
I was trying to think about that the whole time. That's why I had to say it. Sorry, keep going.
You've never heard of Downton Abbey before?
No, I have. I thought it was Downtown Abbey.
Yeah, you fuckers, you don't talk like this. You think you can fucking read or something?
Oh no, I can't. I can't focus with reading. It's
No. Nobody from New England has ever focused on reading, because
they wouldn't sound like that.
No, because if you look at a word,
we skip the R's when they teach us the ABCs in kindergarten.
No, you skip the R's until you put them at the end of fucking somebody's
It depends.
name.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Erica.
Yeah.
All right, Erica.
But like, yeah, I do that with my daughter.
My wife spells her name Tina. How do you say that?
Your wife over there.
Yeah.
Tana.
Tina.
It depends on like where it is in the sentence.
Right.
It does. It really does.
So I took
if I was like Tina was gonna get me a sandwich or whatever. But if I was just saying her name alone, Tina.
Right.
Yeah, it depends on where it is. Like I say, like Aliana over there.
When I was in college, I had a professor from New York, and we had a girl in the class, Tina, and she would say, Tina, and like the girl's head would explode every time. It was awesome.
That's obnoxious.
But yeah, so the point is that they made a kid. They got married. The cousins get married, and this just nobody talks about it. Like nobody goes, hey, this kid's gonna. I mean, it's like 1920. It's like, do we really need this kid to have a huge jaw? I mean,
money.
Do we need?
When there's money involved, birth defects aren't a big deal.
Why is it Downton Abbey? Like, is that a town? Was that her name?
The name of the abbey.
It's the name of the area. The areas that they're in is called Downton. That's the abbey in Downton.
So the person's name is an Abbey?
No, there's nobody named Abbey. Abbey is a building that is supposed to be a religious.
I thought the lead character was Abby and she was downtown.
No. It's
like downtown Abbey Brown.
Wait, I didn't turn this off. Hang on. Everybody's been staring at me. I have me spotlighted. Okay. Sorry.
So
about that.
Abbey is like an area.
An abbey is a fucking building.
Downton.
Church.
Yes.
An abbey is a church.
Technically, yes.
It's the name of the church, or that's what they call churches.
An abbey is a church. In England, there's a church building. It's called an abbey.
Why don't they call it?
Yeah, but it's an abbey. Okay, so because it's not a fucking church, it's an abbey, and an abbey is a place that houses religious people. In this case, because the monarchy in England is also the religion, like it's the same, like people with title are religious leaders as well. These people with religious titles, with titles, lived in the
nuns
abbey.
live in an abbey.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to get into the goddamn ins and outs of fucking Downton Abbey. The point fucking was, I forget what the fuck we were goddamn talking about.
Fucking
incest.
Sister.
We were talking about cousins making babies and two lesbian sisters. I'm saying, what's the harm in having lesbian sisters? They didn't know they were sisters. It's not gonna spread the genes down the pool. And if one of them does have a kid with another dude, then it's technically related to both of them. I think it's a beautiful thing.
Meet the lesbian OnlyFans couple who might be half sisters.
Jeez.
In the middle of Pride Month, Toronto-based couple and content creators Carly Gonshore and Mercedes Stewart got one of the worst pieces of information a couple could receive. And in order to process it, they turned to TikTok.
Oh my God, I need to see this.
When you find out 2 years into dating that your moms both slept with the same guy, read the next video that they shared on their account. or read the next video that they shared.
Why don't you go ahead and share your screen, Mike, so we can see these? There's a picture of these chicks, right?
Yes, there is.
Because if you can't figure, like, I don't know.
I understand why they're into each other.
I think, yeah.
But they kind of look like sisters.
Oh my god, I want to see. After we get off, I want to find these TikToks, and then I want to see people reacting to it too.
So here they are. I mean, honestly, they look like sisters, right?
Oh, I mean, come on.
I don't know.
Right?
Neither one of them thought, hey, maybe we ought to check this out first.
Well, in their defense, they probably look a lot alike to you.
Well,
probably more so than to any of the rest of us.
They look pretty similar to me.
Do they have another picture where they're both looking at us at the same angle?
I think they're both very self-absorbed. Probably that's
it would seem.
They're so in love with themselves that they fell in love with somebody that.
You look like me. You're hot.
I like how they just fucking worded it when you find out 2 years into dating that your moms both slept with the same guy, instead of being like, hey, we just found out we have the same fucking dad.
I mean, how do you think the dad feels about this?
Oh my god!
You gotta
even know.
Here's the thing. He's the winner, dude. He's the fucking hero in this whole thing.
So I have to figure out where I am.
You're assuming the dad's still in the picture.
That's what I was saying too, because if he was, there's no way they'd been together this whole time.
My buddy Ed's chiming in on Messenger. He's asking if those are the chicks from Two Girls, One Cup. No, they are not. I personally have never seen it, so maybe they are. Who the fuck? I don't know.
I've seen two.
That video will change your life,
and not in a good way.
I think I'd really prefer not to.
It'll ruin your life.
So what is this video play? Can we watch this?
It's just a sound, I think.
Funny, yes, but not funny. Ha ha. Funny,
weird.
Funny, yes.
Okay, so
I need to see the comments. Click on the comments.
Let's see.
See if I can get to that.
11,000 comments.
Ew, if we're actually related, is it wrong to stay together?
Let's look at the 4,075 replies.
Well, here's the thing. Did they get the results back yet? I don't think they actually got the results back. I don't think they're actually. Now, here's the thing. That's the part that I don't buy. I don't buy that they either didn't know in the first place. They're doing this.
They're actually blood related.
Yeah, my point is this is like 100%
like a PR stunt to get more money.
A bullshit. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people do this shit all
Hold
the time.
and lower the door, Mike.
All right, let's see. Taking the
they have a DNA test. Oh,
I took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% that bitch.
Oh wait, I don't think. I think this is just them taking it, not the results.
Right.
Let's get to it.
Yeah.
So it says that you can't eat or drink 30 minutes before, which.
Yeah, they're just taking it. They're not going to know for like 2 months. What do the comments say?
Eddie Rockdeff's in the live chat, and he's screaming Abbey Road for some reason.
Sorry.
Abbey what?
Abbey Road.
Oh, from the Beatles.
Yeah.
Like there to there. We thought.
Wow.
What is that? What are they doing? I'm sorry,
They have to spit in that.
They have to spit in the tube. It's kind of like like the same DNA test that they sent you for COVID. Guess what they were doing with those anyway? Yeah, they were getting your DNA information.
All right. So, like, wouldn't they each have
624? They're not gonna go on their page. See if I don't think they got the results back because that was the 24th. They're probably not gonna get it back till like another week or two, because it's like 6 weeks.
Finally finding out. No. Finally finding the person we want to spend the rest of our lives with. No, that's probably not it.
Something tells me, dude, if these bitches grew up together, they'd hate each other. They'd be you know what I mean? Like if they were like raised in a as sisters, they'd probably be like mortal enemies.
Yeah, they couldn't have gotten it back because it would have said the results.
Yeah, no, they didn't get it back yet.
No, we haven't. So
It
we're
takes
gonna stay
August
tuned.
9th.
Oh yeah,
That's when
August
we're-
9th. So we'll have to come back
who-
then.
We're asking who else? Carly and Mercedes.
Yes.
So you can
Carly-
follow them on TikTok.
No, don't follow them on TikTok
Why not?
We have to.
because this is bullshit.
We have to.
Click that. Yeah,
Because
we're
we'll
gonna follow.
forget. We'll forget.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. This has got to show up in my feed, or I'm gonna completely forget what's going on.
You gotta engage with it so it'll pop up when it's time. It'll come up on your For You page.
Or just put the notification for that account.
All right, let's see. We can look at their Instagram. They have an Amazon wish list.
I was just gonna say I want to see what the
Of
wish list look
course
like.
they do.
Let's see.
Well, Ed, the reason that Ed's asking me why he would follow them, and I said the reason they would follow them is to find out if they're actually sisters. We don't know. They haven't gotten the results to the DNA test, so that's why we would
Cameras
follow.
and a mattress.
Yeah, they want Blink cameras and
How much is the Blink camera?
285 bucks.
They want cameras
Two
and
camera
a
kit.
bed, of course.
Because dude, we got what's it called? The Bark Box for the dog. They send you like treats and shit.
Right.
And
Oh,
it
yeah.
sent us like a mini Blink camera.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that's cool for the dog, but like, where am I going to put it? Because like, I don't want my wife to see me like jerking off in the living room. Like, what's
Is it one that you like got to set up somewhere, or do you like attach it to the dog? Because your dog's big enough that I think an attached camera would be cool.
I really like watching those videos where the cats have the cameras on their collars and you can see the adventures they go on.
Yeah.
this one needs to be wired. It's a hardwired unit. It's not a battery. It's not a battery operated unit. That would be a fun, like, get one of those cheap like action cams and strap it to the dog.
And just
like a GoPro.
Yeah, that would be fun. Like a little cheap, like one of those little Chinese GoPros you get for like $20. At like,
do it.
There's one for $15 at the what's it called? Five Below, but you need the micro SD cards. I really don't feel like it.
And then how many SD cards is your dog going to lose before you figure out that maybe that was a bad idea?
I don't know. Who knows? So what's the next?
Well, sticking with the theme of what happened to Daddy, a baby is born a different race than the suspecting father, and the mother tries to hide it by claiming skin condition.
Oh, is that the skin condition that's caused by when dudes get a vasectomy? It changes the color of the baby.
Yep.
This is a work of nonfiction based on actual events I experienced firsthand, used with permission. I was very supportive throughout my friend Angela's third pregnancy, even though she admitted to me at one point that she wasn't exactly sure who the father of the baby was. It might have been her boyfriend's, but it might have been someone else's too. I was the only one she confided to, and I felt bad that she was so stressed out about the paternity of her baby, but had no idea how stressful the situation would actually turn out to be. Angela decided to have a water birth at home, and I was there beside the big tub in her living room with her mom, boyfriend, and doula when she gave birth on a beautiful summer afternoon. The joyful moment of her daughter's birth, though, immediately turned dark in more ways than one. Well,
oh my God.
That's a fucked up turn in the story, isn't it? Angela and her boyfriend
And
Cody.
Somebody thought that was funny. That
was a bad pun.
That went past the fucking editor. That went past an editor team. That went past a team of editors. That's
like, you know what? That's a good. Leave that one in. That's a good one. Angela and her boyfriend Cody are both Caucasian, and it was apparent from the moment of birth that her daughter was African American. Now, is that entirely true? Because she could have been Caribbean American.
I mean, usually the melanin sets in a couple of days later. It's not that often that it's like.
Yeah, I mean, you got to
Yeah, but
oxidize a little bit.
but you can tell a black kid from a white
Sometimes.
kid. I mean, I've seen pretty dark.
I
babies.
wasn't all that. I didn't look all that Caucasian when I was born.
I looked Asian.
And
see that.
sometimes that melanin takes a few months to kick
Yeah.
into the final shades that it is going to.
The final shade.
No, that is true.
I know. It's just that makes me laugh. I had a friend in school,
This isn't even my final stage yet.
and he was Jamaican, and he was very dark, but he would wear sunscreen, and if anybody questioned, he said, "My mom said if I get any blacker, I can't come home." Let's see. Where was I?
Yeah, just as an FYI, mixed race babies, their first outing in the sun,
Oh yeah.
will tan and often will stay that shade. So sometimes it's like the first haircut. Like when you get the first haircut and the hair changes and stays that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Her daughter's dark skin stood out against Angela's white skin of her chest when the baby was placed on her, screaming and wriggling, and I knew my eyes were bugging out of my head and my mouth was probably propped wide open in shock. "What's wrong with her? What's wrong with her?" Angela kept asking the doula. "Nothing. She's beautiful. There's nothing wrong with her." I knew the truth of the situation. Cody was quite obviously certainly not the father of Angela's daughter, but he still stood by and supported her, even adding his name to the baby's birth certificate.
See, that
was a
where he fucked up.
Man.
Right there, he fucked
That's
up.
that's a white guy move right there. Don't
Now he's
ever do that shit.
I just couldn't believe it when I overheard Angela telling someone who inquired that her daughter had a skin pigment condition
Oh my
that
god.
made her look darker than her parents.
See, now
Oh.
he's on the hook, and that means that dirty.
Yeah,
dirty
no,
bitch.
she needs to go to hell with that one.
And this is
That
why
didn't
men
last
get
long,
screwed
but it
over.
was shameful while it lasted. I'm happy to report that Angela and her boyfriend accepted, loved, and raised a beautiful mixed-race child together despite that not being part of the plan. I just hope their daughter never knows how her mom lied about her skin condition when she was a baby.
She's gonna find out.
You don't say.
This story needs to be retold completely differently. The reality of this story is mom cheats on boyfriend and lies about it to the baby's to baby daddy.
It's not really. It's not even a baby daddy. It's
No, it's not. And lies about it to the next boyfriend. Tells next boyfriend that it's his.
not even next boyfriend. Boyfriend she had while she
Current
while she was getting it.
So
While she was, I mean, I kind of wonder, like maybe he knew, like maybe they were in the couple.
Ho cheats on boyfriend.
Does the bio dad even know? That's what I want to know. Like, did she call him? I want to know. Because if this story came out, he's got to have like mutuals or somebody that's like, yo, you know that one girl you smashed?
It doesn't, and
Gotta know.
And this new guy, he signed the paperwork. He's on the hook now. 20 years of child support.
Yep.
You know, maybe it was like a cuckold situation. Like he wanted to watch. He knew what he was getting into. And you know, you never know. Like you don't know what's in people's heads anymore. You know, for us, that's an affront to raise another man's kid. Anymore, it doesn't really seem like, you know, that's my buddy Ed said the black guy is like Max Headroom, just a floating head. Because that's all you can see of, because the lighting or the where he's got the position.
Oh,
Are you in your studio, Trey?
Not yet. I'm making myself some food, and I don't want to have my face
all right.
and running.
I understand. Okay. So moving on from there, it's kind of hard for me because I'm not familiar with the story, because the way he's got this laid out, it says more news, you know, lesbian sisters, black baby, dead Jap, dead Jew, Arizona, Oklahoma. That's what it says in the show sheet. So I guess what
we've got a dead ex-leader of Japan. Shinzo Abe was assassinated while he was giving a speech. He got up to at a political rally to address the crowd, and a dude ran up and shot him with a makeshift firearm. Took him out, pumped 2 shots into him, and he was gone. And that's kind of sad because, who thinks that, you're going to go try to get your friend elected and then get shot.
But some important details. One, that got the prime minister died in the hospital. He didn't die right away in the concrete. And 2, the guy with the gun was apprehended by a bystander without a gun.
Yes.
Looking at you, Uvalde.
Oh, come on.
Just saying.
Yeah. No, I hear you. And that's it's kind of, this was in Japan.
Yeah.
Right?
Where
it's kind of scary that like they got to him. Aren't like guns illegal in Japan?
No, but they're a little they're not quite as free with handing them out as we are. But you can get them and use them.
Get one free with a sandwich at Subway.
I don't think anybody is like America with handing out guns.
They are not.
Like,
they make it a little more difficult in most places around the world. But
so the last assassination that occurred in Japan was done with the samurai sword.
Wow.
That's wild.
Everybody
even the police, like with Downtown Abbey or Downton Abbey, over there, they don't use guns.
No, the Bobbies do not carry guns. They say stop, or I'll say stop again.
I don't. Right, yeah, and people stop. That's the fun. That's the fun.
But
part.
yeah, that's the neat thing there. People are like, oh, he said stop.
He said stop. We should stop.
He has the yellow vest and the badge. Stop.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
I saw this. Oh, never mind. It's not gonna be funny if I tell the story. It's just a really funny video of a Canadian cop.
As sad as it was that we lost former Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, what's really sad is we lost Jimmy Caan. The Oscar nominee for The Godfather died at 82. James Caan, the curly-haired tough guy known to movie fans as the hot-headed Sonny Corleone of The Godfather, and to television audiences as both the dying football player in the classic Weeper Brian song and the casino boss in Las Vegas, has died at 82.
Wasn't he? He was also Misery.
He was in Misery.
He was in Misery, and he was in. Was he not in Alien Nation? I think he was.
I believe Alien Nation, and he was also the father in Elf.
He was. It's funny because my younger son loves all these old actors, and every time, like when Ray Liotta died, like we had to tell him he's upset.
Yeah.
And now, I told him this. He's like, oh man. And he's like, well, at least Robert Downey Jr. is still alive. So that's he looks on the bright side.
Yeah, you gotta look at the bright side. Rob Reiner, who directed Caan in Misery, tweeted, "I loved working with him, and the only Jew I knew who could calf rope with the best of them." Oh, well, that's a nice sentiment. The only Jew who could calf rope somebody.
Ed wants to make sure that we mention that Paulie Walnuts died from The Sopranos too.
Yes, we also lost Paulie Walnuts.
I didn't see that in the show sheet, but
no, it was not in the show sheet. I don't have that handy, but that is in fact true. Paulie Walnuts did not make it through the week,
and he was apparently he was in That's My Boy, and he was the priest.
Okay,
just getting all this information from Ed.
Thanks, Ed.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. He's keeping us. Sandler. Oh, no, I've seen it. That's My Boy is a terrific movie. All right, so we talked about the dead Jew. What's next?
Dead Jap, dead Jew. Next, we have Arizona. In Arizona, recordings within 8 feet of a police officer will be illegal under a new law.
Did we talk about the dead Jew?
That was Jimmy Caan.
Oh. Yeah, that's fucked. Okay. I didn't.
You didn't know he was Jewish?
I didn't put that whole transition together.
Okay.
I should have been more aware because we're playing to the stereotypes thing. But go ahead.
Bear with. There we go. People will no longer be allowed to take close-range recordings of Arizona police under a new bill signed into law by Governor Doug Ducey on Wednesday. House Bill 2319, sponsored by Representative John Kavanaugh, makes it illegal for anyone within 8 feet of a law enforcement activity to record the police. Violators could face a misdemeanor, but only after being verbally warned and continuing to record anyway. Exceptions were made for people at the center of the interaction with police, anyone standing in an enclosed structure on private property where police activity was occurring, and occupants of a vehicle stopped by police, as long as recording in those instances didn't interfere with police actions. It
That's
goes
some
into effect
bullshit.
on September the 24th. Kavanaugh wrote
On
in
September 25th, Arizonians are going to get fucked up.
yeah.
Well, no, I mean, this makes.
I lived
Listen,
in Arizona for a while too.
from what I
Glad I
understand,
fucking left.
Arizona is one of the worst states in the union. They're incredibly racist and But the point
Yeah.
here's the thing: is this law? I was kind of upset, but if you're the center of it, if you're the problem, it's not against the law. If you're in the car, it's not against the law. If you're in a closed house, it's not against the law. What this stops is bystanders who have absolutely nothing to do with it
And don't know what's going on.
and don't know what's going on from them getting up, because you see these videos where people they're not just taping, they're getting involved. They're putting themselves in the close to the action. That's not a good fucking place to be.
Well, not only
Get yourself a nice zoom lens. You can do a whole bunch of shit from a distance.
Not only that, but, and I know I've mentioned it before, and you as a video producer know this very well. If you give me enough footage, I can make it look like anything I want to.
Oh, pretty much. Yeah, absolutely.
You give me enough angles, you give me enough footage, I can make the good guy look like the bad guy fast.
Right.
Cops are usually a bad guy though.
And that's the issue. That's
everybody fucking says that till they fucking need a cop and they call a cop. And then, if you listen, the next time you have an emergency, next time somebody breaks into your fucking house, who's going to come to your house and shoot your dog? Who? The cops.
Yo.
If I call the cops because of breaking in my house, they're going to shoot me.
So I've been,
Yeah.
Got to stop sounding so white on the phone. That's the problem.
They show up and get confused, right?
There he is.
Gotta change his voice.
Jamal needs to call the police.
All right. And then,
so
dude, Oklahoma's got high hopes.
Oklahoma, that's right.
High hopes. He's got high hopes. Go ahead, Mike.
Oklahoma plans to execute about 1 inmate per month for 29 months. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. In Oklahoma, they will execute about 1 inmate each month for the next 29 months, a number that accounts for more than half of the state's death row population.
I hate it here. I hate it here.
Why?
Hate it here. I fucking hate it here.
I think I
Yeah.
might move to like Costa Rica.
Because she's in Rhode Island,
Greece.
and they're not talking about killing 29 people over 29 months in Rhode Island. Rhode Island's small. It's crowded there.
So off. Yeah, it really is. Like, it's fucking crowded and congested as hell.
Why
yeah.
won't they kill 29 people in Rhode Island? Why? All I want to do is go to get my coffee at the Dunkin' without a line. They could kill the 28 people in front of me. I'd be fine.
Right.
Do you think while they're having
coffee?
Do you think while they're having this discussion, somebody goes, "All right, we're gonna kill 29 people in 29 months." And somebody else went, "Do we got 29 people to kill? Let me check. Let me check."
1, 2, 3.
We're gonna have to find 3 more, but we can do it. We can execute 29 people in 29 months. Goddamn, reach for the stars, Oklahoma. Why can't we go for 30?
According to the Death Penalty Information Center, a nonprofit death penalty research organization. The first scheduled execution is set for August 25th. Roughly one execution per month will follow through the end of 2024. The 25 inmates scheduled to die for more than half of the 42 plus inmates on death row.
If we have
course.
42 inmates on death row, why are we only going for 29? Let's clear house, man. Let's start again. Let's get a nice power washing on them cells and just be done and load them up again.
I thought they were having trouble with the company that made the chemicals that they use.
Okay, so here's the
I
issue.
heard they were bringing an electric chair back too.
So here's where we go. The rapid execution schedule was released about a month after a federal judge ruled that the state's 3-drug lethal injection method is in fact constitutional. That ruling stems from a 6-day federal trial in which attorneys for 28 death row inmates argued that the first of the 3 drugs, a sedative, midazolam, is not adequate to render an inmate unable to feel pain. Attorneys claimed it creates a risk of severe pain and suffering that violates the U.S. Constitution's 8th Amendment prohibiting cruel and unusual punishment. Inmate James Coddington, convicted of killing his coworker in 1997 because he wouldn't lend him money for drugs, is first on the list. Coddington's March 10th execution was postponed after a judge allowed him to join the lawsuit that ultimately failed.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, they said, "Oh, you want to join? Cool, you're first."
But hang on a second. Wait, his friend wouldn't loan him money for drugs,
so he killed him.
And that wasn't a good excuse?
No.
Well, this isn't even America anymore. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Oklahoma had one of the nation's
Who else can you kill? It's not your friends.
Oklahoma had one of the nation's busiest death chambers until problems in 2014 and 2015 led to a de facto moratorium. Richard Glossip was just hours away from being executed in September 2015 when prison officials realized they received the wrong lethal drug. It was later learned that the same wrong drug had been used to execute an inmate in January 2015. Notice they're not saying anything about its efficacy, just that it wasn't the one that they asked for.
Ugh.
The drug
this kills people pretty good, but it really hurts like a motherfucker.
The drug mix-up followed a botched execution in April 2014 in which an inmate, Clayton Lockett, struggled on a gurney before dying 43 minutes into his lethal injection.
Damn.
Oh my
And
God.
after the state prisons chief ordered executions to stop. Executions in Oklahoma resumed in October with John Grant, who convulsed on the gurney and vomited before being declared dead. Since then, 3 more executions were carried out without noticeable complications. Most recently, inmate Gilbert Ray Postel, who was put to death on February 17th.
Gilbert Ray Postel was. Well, so what they're trying to do is catch up then.
Yes.
They had all these people say, "Oh no, we're going to file a moratorium." So all the people that didn't get executed, do they normally go every 2 months and we've picked up a pace, or what's the
They don't indicate what the actual pace is, but they do say that they were, in fact, one of the busiest death chambers in the country. Apparently, they off a lot of people in Oklahoma.
That is not surprising in the slightest.
Well, you gotta control the supply of meth dealers. If there's too many, if there's too much meth in the area, then everybody's gonna go fucking crazy. It's like deer hunting. You got to thin the herd. That's where it is. So on the other side of this, coming up in the C block, we've got a Just the Tips, and we're going to talk about how to identify the psychopath on the infection team. We've also got, I'm not going to read that out loud. That doesn't make any sense for me to do.
That's right.
Mike, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, this B block was brought to you tonight by the Scorpion Goddess. Scorpion Goddess is now back on YouTube with her show, What's Up with the Planets Tarot of the Week. Watch the Scorpion Goddess break down the weekly astrology forecast and see what the cards have in store for you. The Scorpion Goddess has been providing spiritual healing for 20 plus years using tools like tarot, astrology, Reiki, meditation, witchcraft, and more. Be sure to visit Scorpion Goddess's Etsy shop, where she offers homemade products ranging from the protection oils and smoke cleansing tools to Scorpion Goddess's yearly astrology journal. For more insight and information, click the link in the description of this episode, where you can connect with Juliet the Scorpion Goddess via social media. And don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and comment that the Media Virus Podcast sent you. Oh, and this just in, the Scorpion Goddess is offering a 10% discount on all products when you use the code MediaVirus10 on her Etsy shop. Look for the link in the description of this episode. And you can also look for our number right over my head. It's 1646-VIRUS-01. That's 1646-VIRUS-01. If you want to talk to Juliet or any member of the infection team, you can reach out to us there. If you call during the week, you can leave us a message. We'll play it on our air. Or you can call during the show when we're on from 8:30 to 10-something or other on every Wednesday night. That is Eastern time. So dial in on your watch and call us while we're on. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us in the B Block. We'll be back in the C Block right after this.
My chocolate money.